Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll take a couple more minutes before we start, so please bear with us just a second. Thank you. Hello and good morning, everyone. Sujata, are you with us? Morning.
Good morning.
Hi, hi. Hi, Diana.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning, and hello, everyone, and welcome to today's live event here at ABB. I'm Shai Davidovich from the social media team, and I'll be hosting the discussion today on the critical topic of addressing the gender gap in engineering. Currently, only 15% of engineers are women, and this gap poses both a challenge and opportunity for the industry. Tackling some of the greatest challenges of our time, from improving health to combating climate change, we cannot neglect half of the available talent. And today we'll explore how we can build a more inclusive and diverse workforce. As I mentioned already, I'm joined by two of my colleagues from ABB who have first-hand experience in this space. I will let them an opportunity to introduce themselves. But with us today, Diana Garcia, Segment Initiative Leader at ABB, and Sujata Das, Area Sales Manager, ABB Measurement and Analytics. We'll be diving into your personal experiences, discuss the obstacles that women face in the field, and examine how companies can take an actionable steps to promote inclusivity. We'll also be addressing some of the questions from people in the audience, so feel free to join the conversation. I can see all the people are posting where they're from joining us. We have quite a lot of people today, both on YouTube and LinkedIn. So feel free to share the comments, and we try to address some of your questions in today's live. But let's get started. Diana and Sujata, could you start by introducing yourself first and share a bit about your journey into engineering and what inspired you to pursue this path?
Great, thank you. Thank you, Chai. So my name is Diana Garcia. I am in the role of industry segment leader, and I have been working in engineering more than 20 years now. I study electronic engineer in Colombia, and then I have moved from Colombia to Switzerland and having different roles in my career. So starting from customer engineering, project engineering, R&D, product management, and now leading the segments. So it has been a super great experience. Working with APP has been always very positive. It's a company which is promoting actually the woman and the leadership for the women. So saying that, I would like to handle as well to Sujata.
Thank you, Dana. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Sujata. I started my career with engineering. I did my electronics and telecommunication engineering degree, and after that, I joined instrumentation company in India, and then that's how I started my engineering career. I started as an internal sales, and then I also worked in engineering, a bit of a brief duration in R&D. then moved here in UK, and then I started working again as an internal sales. Then I started working as a product support, and then eventually I became an area sales manager, and now I'm here in ABB. And as Diana has said, ABB is such a positive place to work for, and we ABB practices what they preaches. It treats you very equally as your male colleagues, so that's all you can expect really. So yeah, that's how I came to engineering.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this. I don't know if you get to check to see the chat that we have right now, but people are joining us really from all over the world. I'm seeing Pakistan, I see China, Germany, I see Zurich. Hi, welcome. USA, Egypt, maybe Egypt. Hello, everyone.
Algeria.
Japan,
Mhm.
France. Yeah, I'm really happy to see people already starting commenting in the chat. And really, if you have any questions for the participants today, please feel free to share them. We'll try to get to that. But I want to start with asking both of you really with the more basic questions of why do you think there's a gender gap in engineering and why does it persist today? What are the primary factors that contribute to this imbalance?
Well, I think it starts at a very early age because we have a very gender biased sector, and at an early age, I think you are women or girls are not encouraged enough, or they lack in confidence that what if STEM isn't for them, and there is no one who are telling them you try, and if you have all the chances to success and like STEM, feel passionate about STEM. And if you don't, that's absolutely fine. You can always fall back, and there is a plan for you. And I think that lack of confidence or that lack of support, and obviously, another thing, as you grow up, because there is a huge gender gap in the industry, I know we are now on a positive trajectory, but there isn't enough. So there isn't enough tangible like examples for girls to look up to, which will like encourage them to go for engineering or anything in STEM really. So I think that's where the trouble starts at a very early time. And obviously, as you grow along, and even if you pursue, you do come across challenges and everything. And not everybody manages to continue and,
Mhm.
what should I say, persevere the path. Because I feel, and I think it's true for not only engineering, you want to pursue a career in, I don't know, art or whatever, science or whichever. If you want to pursue something passionately, you have to have that passion and perseverance to keep going. And for that, you need to have that confidence, and that start at a very early age. So I
Mhm.
think that's what the difficulty is. Over to you, Dana.
Yes, indeed. So I remember when I have been deciding I want to be an engineer. So what's mean for me at the age of 15, 16 years old, thinking, okay, I am good in math, I am good in physics, I am good in, in all these subjects that it seems that are not attractive for my girls, for my friends, right? I mean, and then actually I took the courage because I have been always curious. I want to have and I want to build a robot. So what I need to do actually to go in that direction? So I remember my father was telling me at that stage, when you have the degrees, why you don't go and study medicine? And then and then I remember I said, why you are expecting me to go instead of going and be I mean be a doctor, why you don't and are asking me to go for to go for engineer. I want to develop a new machine. I want to learn more about the technology, and we discuss at home how bias we have for that kind of careers, right? And I was, of course, having the freedom to choose. I mean, for all of us, I mean, it is really depending of the culture. What do you want to study? And they didn't stop me. Of course, they will prefer at that moment that I will choose a more girl career, but I choose that. And then it was given. Um, the university was helping us as well. I mean, I can tell you we're around 15 students, and then we were 5 women. So it was less than 10% at that moment. And of course, you feel afraid. Still, when we are in a meeting today with the customers, or right, I mean, in a sales meeting or in an event, still you have the 5%, and then you need to stand up, and then you need to talk and make your point as any one of the colleagues that you have around you. So start really from the early stage, this courage, this curiosity. I want to be there, but it's my field. Yes, it is your field. You can do it, and you can grow there. And as Sujata said, is if doesn't work for you, it still doesn't mean that you are lost in your career. You can go back and look what is exactly is mechanical engineering, is chemical engineering, is electronic engineering, or is another kind of career. But the most important part is that you move and do that step.
Then I wanted to ask you, really following up on that, really, what are steps you think need to be taken to address these challenges on an individual level, organizational level, company level?
Well, the first, it is working on us in the sense of we need to understand internally and mentally that we can do it. So meaning the curiosity, the passion, that has to come from us. There is no one company that is going to move you around. So the first step is coming from you. I want to grow and I want to learn about the topic and I want to move. Then we have, of course, in the companies, new, I will say, projects. For example, in APP, we have been for several years already having the Woman Leadership Program. So it is acknowledged, of course, that when we have the voice, it's not enough to represent us. So what they have been promoting is that kind of courses where we around 200, 300 women globally, we meet together, and then we get the right coach in all the sense. So what is you thinking, how you should speak, how you should lead, right? Which are the skills that you need to stand in all the stages. So we have early um, early courses, so meaning for the beginners. Then we have the mid side, and then we have the seniority. Because in all this classification, we have the same thinking. Can we do it? How we do it? How I stand up in the middle of a very male world, and then how I can deliver the value that I think I am and I can contribute. So that, I think these policies that we have now around the companies, and especially in APP, I have to say, has been really a point. The new management as well has been really, that is the new trend as well. I want to have 50 and 50% of females and males. So meaning this mix in the groups that is very valuable. The ideas, um, the the understanding of the situation and how to solve the problems and challenges that we have on the technology is not only a mathematic solution, means you need as well another skills that in combination with a male and female are bringing better outcomes for the
Mhm.
challenge that we have at front. So the
Sujata.
combination between the groups and actually educating the woman in all the across the career has been really a positive impact.
Very interesting. I mean, Sujata, I'm wondering if you have, from your personal experience, if you can share with us maybe which specific workplace policies have made the biggest impact on your experience?
Yeah, I think yes, policy having policies in place does help, but I think it's more of having that like recruitment process or promotions or any policies without any discrimination that or without having any bias that because like Diana said, when you walk into a room, whether it's an interview room or a customer meeting or a sales meeting, as a woman it's very common or chances are 99% you will walk into a room and there will be other than you maybe one or two more women at best. So so when you walk into a room, the one thing you can expect or you want is that you don't feel as alien. And as a company policy, I mean, like I would say ABB is great in doing that. When you are promoting or employing or putting someone or selecting someone for a project, the one thing and only one thing to consider is competency. If you are competent, you are selected for it. If you are competent, you are put forward for
Mm-hmm.
it. And that's all really. You don't want to be treated special, you just want it to be treated equal. And ABB is doing that. And I think all workplaces should. I mean, like, because I work for ABB and I have worked before for other organization, I can say ABB is leading by example. So I think that's what every workplace should consider, that yes, having nobody wants you just because you want to have a equal representation you just start hiring anyone, but you just give an equal opportunity to all your employees irrespective of their gender, or you hire people irrespective of their gender. So company is like, and another thing that they can do, because it also becomes a lot of the time a obstacle for women, is their maternity gaps. So if company is very much okay with give just not giving the maternity leave, because that has kind of now become more
Mm.
of a norm for everyone, it's just not giving the maternity leave. It's that after you come back from it, you are taken from there. Not like that you have been on a leave for a year or 9 months, whatever. Now you take a step back and you start again. No, somebody had a leave and you consider it as just a leave, because by nature women are supposed to have it, and if you can't support that, you are literally not supporting the next generation. So few policies are very important, but I think it's more than policy, it's more of practicing the gender neutrality, having decisions made without any bias. And when there is an women employee in a room, you make her comfortable that you are just another employee in the room, not a female employee in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
and yeah, so that's, I think, obviously for people who are already in the profession. And if you are thinking of, because I think in as an industry or as a company, we also have responsibility towards promoting. I think there was a question in the chat as well, that what are the available procedures and facilities for training people and everything. So yeah, because that's how I came into engineering as well. When I started off, uh, the company that I started with, they had this policy of taking people on 3 months apprenticeship program. That's how I joined. And after the end of 3 months, obviously you have to perform. Like I said, your competence should be the only key thing to be
Mm-hmm.
uh, for you, to hire you or to promote you or to put you forward for a project, whatever. So obviously I performed well in those 3 months. So I finished my apprenticeship on Friday. Monday I was hired. So I had a job on Monday. So that having that opportunity for people just fresh out of university to have that opportunity to go ahead. And yeah, if these are more oriented towards women, giving that opportunity. But another thing, it also, the responsibility also lies with all employees or all engineering professionals, not just female. As a female engineer, maybe you feel the responsibility like even greater, but the responsibility lies with everyone. Everyone
Mhm.
needs to be welcoming. And actually, I really liked what Diana said. You have to believe it here as well, that it is right. If you think I am doing it just because we need more female representation, even though they deserve it or not, it will not work. You have to believe it that even women can be competent in STEM. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think during my career as well, Sujata, you mentioned something about the maternity.
Yeah.
From my side, as a personal experience, I have two girls already on the age, so starting the university. Of course, you can imagine I am a big fan. Hey, please go to engineering, right? I mean, whatever you you can do it. This is, I
Yeah.
mean, keep curious. I mean, whatever
Yeah.
it is. You don't need to be afraid about the math or the physics. This will come because you will learn how to structure your mind, and then how you will see how you grow.
Hmm.
During the career as well, I have seen you mentioned something about the maternity. The maternity, yes, indeed. This is a topic. Of course, it's a natural topic. And however, when I was with the girl, I mean, when I was pregnant, I was thinking everyone was asking me, are you going to stop? Um, are you going to stay at home to educate your child? Are you going to, I mean, the expectations at that moment, what happened with me was different. And I was feeling it is, I am wrong actually, because what I was thinking was, no, I want to have my pregnancy very happy until the end. So that kept me busy, and as well learning. And the second is when I have my child, I want to raise my child and I want to work. So I want to continue my path. And then the only concern I have at that time is how can I organize myself that is working um, with my kids and my family and my house and my life. So after now all these years, I always was looking the way how I can develop myself, look in these gaps. I know, and I know all the women working in engineering. Every person knows the gaps that they have. How can I improve that gap? How can I achieve that? And how can I organize actively my life around that is working? So no one is going to tell me, hey, you need to put the kid in the daycare, in that daycare, or how much work you have in a day, and then after you go to your kid, right? So I knew from beginning I want to be and I want to have my career, but I want to have quality time with my kids. So that has been and no one, so when I started again on working in my field, many people came to me and said, but where are your kids, are you? And then I said, look, my kids are in the best hand I could find and I trust, and when I am with my kids, I am with my kids. And in the meantime, of course, you can imagine now, so they are adults, um, they are doing their life developing as they should, and I continue with my life. So it was a conscious decision as a woman in STEM. I want to grow. I am not going to give up. I need to manage my life in my personal, so as my professional life. And it was always the decision, yes, I can do it. I will do it. I will manage. And you find always people around who are going to help you, starting from the company when you express sincerely all your needs and your concern, who are going to support you during this journey.
Yeah.
Diana, Sujata, I want to. We have new people joining the live stream right now. I just want to make sure everyone is aware that you can write your questions in the chat. And I'm seeing. I want to address some of the questions people are putting out there. I want to start with one by Eric, who's saying that his daughter is on the engineering track, and as a former ABB, um, he wants to know how he can help her in that mission. Maybe you can address that question.
Yeah. So I think if she's already in engineering, that means she already has an interest in it. So you need to support her and find out, because in engineering also you have so many like fields. She has to find out what she wants to do, and that way you can put her like apply for internships or apprenticeship,
Mhm.
because that's a very good way to start and check how you are gelling with the thing and how interesting you're finding. Because at the end of the day, whatever work you do, if you don't get excited every morning to start your work, there is no point of doing it. So I think putting in applying for internship and starting off with like that level of work gives an idea to the student that they want to pursue it further or not. So I think that's a good way to do it. That's how I started, and I feel this is the best path. Might not be, but I feel this is the best way to do it. And most importantly, because you will face all the challenges outside. For me, my father and my both my parents, they were my biggest champion. Every time you face a challenge and you want that push or that change in the gear, only I think your family can do it. So as a parent or as a father, I think that's the best thing you can do to make sure she stays on track. And when she does feel a bit low, you become her champion and you tell her, go ahead, there is nothing to be afraid. So
Mm.
yeah, over to you, Diana.
Yes, indeed. So I think support for the young people, but it's not only male or female, right?
Yeah.
The young people, they are looking for the identity. What is what I want to be?
Yes.
And as much as you are as well um, sure about what you you are going as well to transmit that to the kids. So helping them to find the right skills, the right path, and of course for the woman in engineering, I mean, when the common question will be, I am enough to do that? And the answer will be yes, you are enough. You need just to try. Because if you don't try, you don't know if you are, you don't know. So that will be my advice. Encourage the kids, and that they will respond, and they will appreciate and remember, as Sujata now say, I remember my father was doing that. I remember as well. So then it is going to work. This is what I try to say.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm trying to share also here some of the comments we're getting from people on the screen. You might be able to see them.
Yeah.
Quite encouraging to hear from people. I want to address some of a controversial question that we got, or a comment that we got a month ago when we published the interview with both of you. That was, and I want to read to you, and I want you to really freely try to address from your point of view what you think about that. But we've got a couple of comments that are saying that um, what would you say in case the efforts to increase diversity could result in incapable people filling roles just to make quotas? We saw it. We talked about it also before the conversation today. What do you have to say about this?
Well, I have already actually mentioned about competency. So that's the thing. Two things. First, what Diana mentioned and I reiterated, you have to believe it here to even participate in this conversation, that irrespective of their gender, it's only their competence which decides whether they are capable of working in the industry or not. First thing. And once you have actually believed it in your mind, you have crossed the first obstacle. And the second thing is, you are hiring someone based on their qualities, what they have achieved or what you believe they can achieve, how they have spoken to you in the interview. So depending on all those things you hire, not because you want to hire a female employee, you have hired her. So go into the interview with that perspective. And if you are hiring someone who has the capabilities, why would she not grow just because she is a female? Or why would she not perform or serve the company well just because she is a female? I think that's a bit odd to think like that. So, first, overcome your mental obstacle, that because that's the thing, you see, when you walk into a sales meeting or you walk into a customer meeting, you as a female employee, that's how I feel, you always need to put extra effort or work extra to prove that you deserve to be there. And you don't need to prove because of your educational qualification or your experience. You need to prove that extra bit just because you are a female. And I'm not trying to be rude here. A lot of the times, you are far more capable than many of the men in the room, but you are the one still need to prove that you are here because you deserve it, because you are competent enough to be it, because you are very much capable of doing it. And that's what need to be addressed, that as a female engineer or anything in STEM, you shouldn't have that need to constantly prove that you are deserving enough to be in the room. And so that's the thing. Nobody gets hired just because you're a woman. You get hired because you have the capabilities, you are competent. So, yeah, these are the two things I think I can respond to the gentleman with his comment too.
I don't know that if you have anything to add, but I want to address a couple of more questions from here from the chat that we have, and it's a lot about work-life balance and working from home, the hybrid model, especially post-COVID. How much do you think this is important, and how much it contributes, to your personal experience working in this industry?
Sorry, say again, Chai. I lost.
The question is the importance of remote work post-COVID.
Yeah.
Like the
Well, the importance of the remote work after COVID. Yes, indeed. Um, I have been working for a long, long time, even before COVID, remotely. So the positions that normally we have, if you have a global role, means as well that you are only one person and you cannot be in parallel in different regions or in different countries. Oh, yeah, this is so that after COVID with the remote, I didn't feel the difference because I was already organizing my life. How can I deliver the best of me, adding value to the company with my life? So meaning, yes, of course, I was looking to have the quality time with my family. How can I improve my life? But as well, I was looking actively how can I work and provide value under my situation. So learning how to work remotely has been a journey. You need anyway to be connected with the people, make the extra effort to be present there. And from time to time as well, look, I need to have as well my face to face in a regular basis with the team, with the customer, right? So we have the flexibility, but as well, we organize our life so that we can provide the value that in our work, in our daily work. So remote before a post-COVID has not been an impact for me. I have been through the years working remotely with APP, and they have been promoting and supporting that part. My question was more, how can I provide value, the right value to the company in my situation?
Sujata, maybe for you, or sorry, for any one of you want to answer, what does it take for an employer to make women have more faith in their own capabilities? Coming from John, you can see on the screen.
Thank you for the question, John. Well, as an employer, I think the one thing we can do is that when an opportunity comes up, and if an employee, maybe in this case a female employee, is deserving, you give them that opportunity. It can be just as simple as putting together a presentation. It can be a technical presentation for a customer, or it can be a big project to be executed. The She can be a lead for that project. It can be anything simple or complex depending on her experience and her capabilities. You assign that, and the one thing you tell her, if she feels shaken that or underconfident, oh my god, can I do it or not, just tell her, I have assigned it to you because I think you are capable. And most importantly, you know what, you try. If it doesn't work,
Mhm.
that's fine. If it doesn't work, it doesn't mean the world is going to fall down. Because as long as we don't feel that pressure, because sometimes when we are lacking confidence, that's all we need, just someone to tell us that they believe in us, because sometimes we find it hard to believe in ourselves. And the other thing is that I try my best, I give it my best, and it might not work, and that's fine. Because sometimes that pressure, oh my god, the opportunity has been given to me, now I have to prove at any cost that I'm worthy of it. So those are the two things. That's what I feel. Diana, you can maybe add something to it.
No, I think you have been expressing as well very good the topic.
Yeah.
Maybe, and I know that we repeated the question, but we have people joining joining
Mhm.
our live as we speak. And I posted one of the questions we got here. Sorry. And how do we balance work and your role as a mother? You mentioned, you talked about it in previously about your experience. If you can repeat really shortly about that, would be great.
Well, first of all, it's need a little bit of discipline, um, thinking, organizing the day, but it's not different to any one of us. So how I start my day, right? What I am going to do in my morning, in the afternoon, um, and then the difference is how we manage the schedule from our family and our schedule. So which are the synergies that we are going to have? For example, for the ones who are having the remote work, um, I, I, I was sharing, for example, with my kids during the school, are you coming home for lunch? Yes. Okay, then it's a good moment to share lunch with you and listen and share your experience during your morning in the school, for example. Um, and then it was always need a little bit of discipline. I am not going to say yes, you don't need to do anything. No, you need to take your calendar and think with your family, how can I organize my schedule, who can help me. And of course, if you have a partner as well, we didn't talk about that, but my husband has been as well supporting me during this journey, how I need to trust and make accountable the resources I have around to make that happen in the best way for me and for my kids. So as I say, it's a journey. It's not one only effort, meaning I need to think every year, every semester, how we and my family are going to move, how I am going to move, and as well, my limitations. So if there is an important event, the graduation of my daughter, you can as well say, look, and share with your colleagues and with your boss, hey, it has happened something special for me. My daughter is getting the graduation. So it's then immediately at the moment that you share with empathy what you have is coming, you are not going to have, no, you cannot go. Of course you will go. And then they will be happy for you as you are happy as well for that event. So it's really adding value to your day, to your schedule, adding value to your family, and adding value to the company, so to your work. And then it is going to work as for any of us. So woman or males, so they will need as well to organize the schedule. So it's not a difference. It's just how you really make accountable every moment that you have.
Oh, thank you very much for that. We're getting closer to our closing remarks, at least for this live today. Anything you want to add for the conversation before we close today? One question we also got, and maybe you already addressed it. Maybe you can address it again. Is what kind of tips, advice you can give young women who are considering a career in engineering? I know you mentioned a bit about that, but if you can just let us a bit more, and any other remarks you wanna close with today?
Well, I would say pursue your passion. If you feel that you enjoy maths, you enjoy physics, you enjoy everything related to science, you don't need to even enjoy everything. As long as you feel I'm good at maths, you know what, I want to pursue it. Oh, I really find physics very intriguing. I feel very inquisitive about science. Pursue it. Don't give up, because just because you're a woman doesn't mean you can't pursue it. You have the whole world to achieve. Just go ahead. Don't stop just because you're a woman. In my case, I was obviously very lucky to have a family, have parents who were very supportive, who always pushed me, yes, go ahead and do it if you feel passionate about it. And another thing I want to mention, when I started off my into apprenticeship, I had the best mentor somebody can have. So I still am in touch with him, Dhamankar sir. He's a male, and he always, always, always supported me. I always tell him my career has happened only because of him after my parents, because not everybody gets that. Yeah, I understand. But even if you don't get it, don't give up, keep pursuing. I'm not going to touch on the any negative points, what all challenges I have come through, because like I have been lucky, I have had my fair share of challenges as well. And the key thing is, when you are breaking down, when you feel you are crushing down, don't give up. Push, keep pushing. If you feel passionate about it, your perseverance will take you there. And ultimately you will end up at a position where you think, you know what, all the work was worth it. Like now I work in ABB, I work in a team where I'm the only female. And trust me, I have a wonderful team around me. My manager, he's a male. He is so supportive of everything, and he never treats me in a way that as if I'm a different, I need to be treated any differently. So I feel very comfortable around my team, and we have a great manager as well to look up to. So, yes, you will ultimately reach there. Just keep pushing, keep persevering, and don't let anyone tell you that because you're a woman, you can't achieve this. And another thing, Shah, sorry, we might be running a little over time, but I did want to mention, because this is very important, is not everybody has the opportunity or the blessing to have that education, because we live in a world which is very diverse, and there are countries where women don't even get basic necessities, let alone education.
Mm.
So we as a society need to make sure that we reach out to those girls as well, because they might have a lot to offer to the world of engineering. So they need to believe that just because of their social or economical circumstances, it's not like that they can't pursue it. They can. And that is something we as a society have that responsibility to make it available to everyone. But to everyone, every girl, every woman, every female, I would say that if you feel you can do good in STEM because you feel inquisitive and passionate about it, pursue it. Let no one and nothing tell you that you can't achieve it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Diana.
Yes, I want to encourage as well the young people. As I said, there is too much bias around the what should I be in the future. Um, and again, if you feel the passions, how to go into the engineering, just trust yourself in doing that steps. Um, you can do it. And through that journey, I am completely sure you are going to have good and bad moments, like every one of us, male and female.
Yeah.
And you will learn during this journey how to evolve yourself with your family, with your career in the STEM. That need passion, courage, and decisions. This is what I will recommend.
Thank you very much, Diana, for that also. And thank you both for this really, really insightful conversation today and being so open with us and sharing quite a lot with our audience. After this live session, I really encourage you to go and read the comments. I didn't post all of them today. There are quite a lot of them, quite supportive. Be good for us also to continue the conversation on that. I want to thank everyone for joining us today, and hopefully see you on our next live session. Thank you very
Yep.
much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so